thought I had done Aquarius already, but I did not. So we're going to do Aquarius now. And then Pisces. We'll be moving on. So let's pull these cards for you, Aquarius, for the week of February 10th. Coming out of Mercury retrograde and seeing what we're left with. I was supposed to go out of town, and instead I'm with you. Another reversal. Mercury retrograde with a donkey kick on the way back out. Hey! Pisces is next. Pisces rising, so it's dear to my heart. Capricorn, this is fun. So these three are me. Capricorn Sun, Aquarius Moon, Pisces rising. So it's karma day. Here we go. Ooh, the death card is coming up. Transformation and change. The Hierophant. What's running us? Page of Wands. Are you learning the things? I'm seeing the Nine of Coins, which is, you know, you've got some ideas that you want to bring into fruition. You know, you want to see them happen in front of you. Thank you. It's super. Did it. A picture of it when we did it. It was absolutely fun. Like amazing. So here's the thing. So Aquarius, you guys, I was going to say Aquarius Moon because that's me talking about myself. But I have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups, besides that back row where I was just talking about the Death card, the Page of Wands, doing things in a new way, the Hierophant, setting ourselves up against the things that run us. This is that risky business. This is us taking on the bigger thing, coming from leadership. I can see that Aquarius has had kind of a hard time with keeping their cool over a lot of these things that are coming up, right? So that's like past. Okay, so past behind us. This is the back row. If you're on my YouTube, you can see the picture in picture. I don't want to pick them up quite yet, but I have this here, Page of Swords. He's ready to like clap back right here. This one's all about clapping back, being short-tempered. Like you've pushed me to that little limit now, and you get what you get. However, this hasn't caused you to lash out. This is how you're feeling, right? What I'm seeing is it's caused you to go deeper. It's caused you to look into what it is you do and why, focus on the positive. Things are moving much more quickly for you. You still have a little bit of the Knight of Wands, you know, getting a little bit more sea legs and with practice with this, right? I have a lot of cups for you right now, Aquarius. We've got the Six of Cups, Ace of Cups, King of Cups. King of Cups is our EQ. Six of Cups is our joy. Ace of Cups is our pivot point. So you're making some decisions. You're really putting some things into black and white. This one right here is these ideas. And this one is literally solidifying them. 10 is balance. And we have black and white and a little bit of judgment going on. There's a difference between being judgmental and having good judgment. Never mistake the two. You can absolutely say that's too much for me. It's not saying you're too much. It's not saying what you're doing is in judgment, but having good judgment for you. So Ace of Swords is that pivot point. What decisions are you going to make to change this? Because I feel like you're moving in a super positive direction. And I kind of had a lot of stuck energy with the Hangman with Capricorn. And because Aquarius comes next, I'm excited to see that there is no congruency with that energy. I feel like the stuck energy is a little bit behind you because look what's coming. We have the Eight of Wands, speed. Things are going to pick up speed. So whatever it is you're putting your energy into, do not take your foot off the gas. Keep going, push through. What is it they say? Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. But you got to keep walking. You don't stop and stay there and let the fuckery continue. You got to keep it moving. So pages and knights mixed in with the King of Cups. So I want you to think about what it felt like to be a juvenile. We were not well equipped and everything was big. Everything was emotional. And right now you're going through this growth phase. You have this King of Cups. Okay. And this is all emotion. I want you to think about male and female qualities, the divine feminine, the divine masculine. Now, the King of Cups is a very emotional being outwardly. So this is a time for you to express as well. Maybe not so big like we don't have the Magician, so you don't have to go make big announcements, but this is a time for you to express these emotions. And the Ace of Cups. So the reward is there and the reward is balanced. Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. So this is decisions regarding to your relationships, in regards to your relationships. But just because it's your first time doing something doesn't mean you're not going to be efficient and you're well equipped. I do have a question for some of you, though. I want to know about this business idea. I feel like some Aquariuses are out there really putting in the hustle. We've got this 6 of coins, and look at the bottom. He's got mushrooms on the bottom, and those are our ideas popping up in the darkness, right? What we come up with. And he's a little bit above it, so he hasn't been able to bring these ideas into ground yet. It's like, I know I can make this thing, but how do I market it? It's a little bit like me, Aquarius Moon. I have all these classes that, given our culture and given our restrictions and responsibilities, meeting in person isn't what it once was. Although with this kind of work, people do love it. So how do I make it equitable for both? Do I record my live classes when I'm doing them, or do I record a specific individual one-on-one lesson that you can buy? And so that it's accessible. Like, these are the ideas. How do we put it into practice? I'm no good at that. I'm no good at the portion of production. I can show up for it, but maybe I need a camera crew and a production company. I don't know. But, or somebody that's good at that. So we go, that's where we go for our aces and our places, find people that can support you. But I do feel like this is a lot in your phase of ideas. So you're just kind of packing these ideas in. Let me see if there's anything else notable I don't want to miss. Yes. Okay. Let's focus on the Hierophant for a minute. I love the Hierophant. So over the years in learning and then teaching tarot, I'm always pulling in information and finding out different things that are useful. And some of the cards are more difficult to associate with than others. The Hierophant being one. I could never really find a correlation in modern society that would give us an equivalent to explain what the Hierophant was about. But if you look at the Hierophant, he represents the Pope. And even if we're not Catholic, we can understand that he's a figurehead for religion, for a specific religion. Yet this correlates a little bit more into the Roman Catholic patterning, where this became the rule of the land, the law of the land. So it's what runs us and who makes those decisions. Now, nowadays, we don't really have one figurehead that we look to that has this, like, what are they telling us to do? What are they telling us is required to gain XYZ in society, or XYZ in relationship or spirituality? Like, you know, you don't do this and that on Sunday, whatever those rules are. But if you notice here, there's a ladder. How do you climb this ladder? Jacob's ladder. How do I get to heaven? They have the control of all of these items. They've got the sun, moon, and stars, the staff of power. And he's got this crown on his head, this 3-moon crown. So he made all these decisions when it comes to spirituality and finance. And so it was the person that was looked to. Meditating with this, what I've learned is the Hierophant also has to do with shadow work, the things that run us. Like, I want you to think of patriarchy coloring our decisions as a woman. I want you to think of society, what's professional, what's not, what's running me. Religion, you know, does this work for me? So these are all these ideas that are in the back of our head that are subconsciously making decisions for us, because it's the things that we decided a long time ago with past information. And sometimes we change that information and make different choices, and yet they still run in the back of your head. Use my hair for an example. It's been 2 years to talk myself into doing something that I wanted to do. It's not professional. You're too old. You know, what will people think? And, you know, really those programs ran me because, oh, you know, I don't want to spend the money. What if I don't like it? You know, I allowed those voices to have room. So the Hierophant is asking you right now what it is that's running you, what is causing you to choose what you choose. And sometimes you'll find that it'll surprise you. I'm doing it for duty. I'm doing it for love. And this is where we find whether things are in alignment, really. And that's beautiful. So the Hierophant doesn't necessarily have to be the patriarchy, the religion, the church. Yet in a personal reading, the Hierophant can show up as, you know, oh, hey, you know, are you going to church? Or sometimes it's when I discovered that it has to do with an arranged marriage. You know, these are the things we should do. But what else are our shoulds? What are the other things we should do, or we think we should, because of what other paradigm is out there that tells us we are required to for whatever reason? So that's a little bit about the Hierophant. And you have that right now. So maybe you're questioning things, which is stinking beautiful. Awareness is key. That's the first step to change, is awareness and awakening. All right, let's pull some cards for you from Mystic Dreamer and see about your moon reading, Aquarius. To schedule your one-on-one, find me karmaondeck.com for classes, spiritual mentorship, coaching, events. All right, here we go. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, 8 of Wands, 4 of Wands, King of Wands. So with all of this, I feel that Aquarius is a little bit defensive. You've gone silent. You have the Four of Swords where you're feeling you don't want to talk to anybody about your personal stuff. You have 2 wands in here and the Magician. So what this is telling me a little bit more about the Hierophant was in there. This one is the Magician, which is speaking. So you're being called to open your mouth. You're being called to speak your truth. I am seeing the High Priestess. So ultimately it's telling you to trust yourself. The end result card for this moon reading is the King of Cups. And the King